Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Police Shotgun mod, which is another one being released by Degenerate Deck as a part of the Commonwealth Weaponry expansion. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is a good old-fashioned pump-action shotgun. And I love this thing because, well, not only do I always enjoy a fun new pump-action shotgun, but it is, of course, based off the real-world Remington 870, which was, first released back in the 50s, so a good real-world Cold War era weapon, which I always love seeing. So let's jump on over here and have a look at what exactly we are getting with the Police Shotgun, which in its most basic and standard form will do 50 damage using a standard shotgun shell with a firing rate of 5, range of 71, accuracy of 29, and a relatively hefty weight of 8.4. Overall, though, not too bad there. And as you can see, it is a good looking gun. Both on the modeling and texturing are all pretty darn good, and it is just a fun gun to play around with. Again, who doesn't love a beautiful pump action shotgun? And plus on the weapon, even though it is overall a pretty simplistic looking gun, there are some nifty details like the Remington, all that stamped onto the gun over here, which is pretty nice to see. And as for modifications, you can see here that we've got a pretty large list of categories to work with. And not only do we have a large category, but there's a fair number of them as well. There's over 50 different attachments here, and everything from the typical sort of thing of receivers, longer barrels, but we even have the ability to change out the shotgun shells to other kinds of weird and wacky ones like plasma slugs or explosive. And well, I always love seeing things like that in a Fallout game because it just feels right to have weird ammo. It's good times indeed. Now, as for how you do get your hands on one of these guns, it's rather simple. You won't have to wait long, as you'll start seeing them in the world after level 12, and they'll be on Gunners, Brotherhood of Steel Soldiers, and Raider bosses, as well as, of course, in stores. Now, there are also 2 unique versions that can also be found in the world if you don't want to wait till level 12. But yeah, all in all, it won't be too hard to get your hands on one of these beautiful things. Now, there is also a not a hard requirement, but certainly a soft requirement for bullet count reloaded, because, well, it is a shotgun that is tube fed, and just the standard reload in the game means that you are going to have to manually reload every shell, even if you only fire once, which is always annoying in the game. I wish, Bethesda would have just taken that into account. But of course, there is the bullet count reloaded mod that this is compatible with. It isn't necessary, but it is highly recommended to use it with this gun. Now let's head on over here and have a look at what all modifications we do have on this thing. And starting with the receiver category, we've got the pretty typical list of things from the standard to tuned on up to advanced, which will give you some pretty decent damage here. And when you include the ammo later, and of course any additional perks you may have, this gun can be a pretty solid gun into the mid-game, I'd say. Maybe a little bit into the early-late, in my opinion, but overall still a fun one. On the barrel category, we've got a short or long barrel with ported versions of both, which is always cool to see. I love a good ported barrel. Now, in the stock, we've got the standard short, a light, full, gunslinger, scavenger, and recoil compensating. My personal favorite here is the scavenger one because, heyo, additional carry weight, and I loot everything that's not nailed down, so that's nice to have. I really do like that. And then we have the magazine tube, where we've either got the standard, medium, or long, so you can have some more shotgun shells in there. And then the sights, we've got pretty typical stuff: standard, glow, hollow, reflex, a couple of different length of normal scopes like short and medium, but we also have an experimental thermal scope, which is unique to this mod, and it's pretty interesting. I'll of course show it off later on one of my modified versions, but yeah, it's pretty cool. It highlights the enemies, which is pretty awesome. I very much do enjoy it. Now then, the muzzle, we've got nothing, a duckbill choke, a compensator, spiked compensator, muzzle brake, and suppressor, which I always find weird. A suppressed shotgun just feels odd to me, but hey, weird can be good. And then after that, we've got a couple of accessories of either nothing, a flashlight, a shell saddle, there we go, why is that so hard for me to say, which helps with the reload speed, and a targeting laser to add the sort of recon scope ability to the gun, which is pretty nifty. I actually do like that. And then finally, we have the different shells, where standard is the buckshot, but you can also get junk shot if you want more of a spread, flechette rounds for armor piercing, dragon's breath to light your enemies on fire, magnum buckshot for higher damage, explosive shells to make things go boom, a slug shell if you want to turn your shotgun into a sniper rifle, and a plasma slug shell here to do the same, but of course, also add some energy damage in there. And then we also have a rifled slug shell to make it even better as a sniper rifle, I guess, compared to this one. And then finally the plasma slug shell. Oh, I called this one plasma, didn't I? Never mind, that's the pulse. Pulse, sorry about that. Which is electrical damage, and then the plasma one, I mean, also doing energy damage there, but as a plasma one rather than a pulse one. But good times indeed for both of these. And yeah, that is it for the different modifications. A good list of things that really helps you, change this up to different damage types that are all great and allow you to make some fun shotguns. I do wish that there were some more aesthetic options, but, that's not necessary or anything, so what we've got is pretty freaking sweet. So let's take a look at how this thing does function in the world and take some shots. And I sucked on those shots, but still, a good, fun pump-action shotgun. Love the sound of this thing. A good thud, and then that kerchunk sort of reload sound. Oh, I love that. Honestly, I think that's the main reason I love pump-action shotguns. The sound is just wonderful. It is a slow weapon, but overall, though, a pretty fun one to use despite that. And, the iron sights on this aren't the worst I've ever seen. I usually do have a lot of complaints about iron sights on guns, which, isn't the mod maker's fault, that's just guns. But they're pretty visible on this one, which I do like, so not too shabby at all. Now let's take a look at my modified versions and start with the Recon Advanced Police Shotgun here, where I did go with the plasma shells, which is great, and also do have that thermal scope on here, which adds kind of a green hue to the world, and then any enemies are outlined in orange, which is neat. But of course, silenced plasma shells going downrange, far more accurate than, of course, the buckshot from before, so I'm actually hitting targets this time. Good times there. And yeah, just a nice, lovely gun. I do like the plasma shells. They are pretty neat there. I do kind of wish that there would be like a plasma buckshot. I just think that would be amusing. Nothing really too special, but amusing nonetheless. And then, of course, we've got ourselves the compensated advanced police shotgun here with 105 damage with the explosive shells. Oh, yeah. This is great. Because this one, unlike the plasma, which is a slug, this is actually still kind of buckshot. It is a spread of explosive rounds. As you can see, I'm hitting all 3 targets on occasion there. It's beautiful, which I think is probably why I kind of wish there was a plasma one of these too, because it'd just be interesting seeing all of them, all the plasma bolts going all over the place. But yes, the explosive damage on this thing is pretty fun. It will cause a good amount of damage to your enemies, and of course, even if you miss, you'll get them with some splash damage because explosives, yay. But alright, let's take a look at this thing in use against our usual Deathclaw friend. And there we go. Run away, run away, run away. And eat explosive shotgun shells. There we go, some pretty good damage on them. Of course, the more of the individual buckshot explosions hit, the more damage it is going to do, which is pretty great if you get a good concentrated shot. And of course, oh god, run, run, run. You do see with the targeting laser on there, we do get you know, the nice recon effect, which is always lovely to see. And that should almost be him dead. Oh boy. Let's reload those. Have him just charge straight at us, then we'll look at the other gun on another Deathclaw. Come back, friend. I have explosives with your name on them. And there we go. Yeah, it would have been better if I'd aim, you know, good. But let's take a look at the advanced recon one here and grab ourselves another little friend to play with. And show off the scope on this one. As you can see, like I said before, we got that green tint to the world, and it kind of highlights our Deathclaw buddy over there in orange. How dare you move? Oh, I haven't shot him once. Oh boy, he moves too much for me. Alright, here we go. Oh, he's charging at me now. Ooh, not doing the best of damage with this. Oh, jeez. I miss my explosions. Alright, let's see if we can get some good vat shots. Sadly, not the greatest shot on the belly there, but still actually did some good damage there. Alright. We're gonna have to get the explosive back out again. We got a couple of good shots on him. But yeah, the winging him with them is not as good as a good straight belly shot. And... Oop. Do I got a good shot on the belly there? No, I really don't. I'll still go for it, though. Ooh, that was a miss. Swing and a miss. Ooh, how dare you try and jump at me with that claw, sir. You know what? I'm going back to my favorite, the explosive. It's just so much fun. Plus, I don't have the silencer on this one, and I love hearing the good thud. Alright, let's go back down to the ground and just take him down with the explosive one. Bring it, Deathclaw. I'll come at you this time as well. Alright, let's see. Can we get... Oh, no, belly. Oh, boy. Not doing great on those. Just go for body shots, I guess. Got him. Yay! But yeah, that is the police shotgun. It is a pretty fun weapon that I have very much enjoyed my time with. I absolutely love the explosive rounds. The Dragon's Breath ones are pretty cool too. And, you know, again, if you just wanted to, like, sniping, the slug rounds are available. And just a lot of great fun options here, and just a lot of fun to play with. Again, who doesn't love a pump-action shotgun? They're just magnificent. So if you'd like to take a look at this mod for yourself, which I'd certainly recommend you go and do, you can have a look at the link in the description of the video, as per usual. Well, that, my friends, is going to be it for this one today. Hopefully you all have enjoyed, and you do come back for whatever mod we do get next. But until that time, thank you for watching, as always. We'll have a good one.